Roger. Here's the mission. Normal IFR departure runway 25. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 3000. I'll call radar contact at 1600, then clear you direct Yabud. From Yabud, I'll vector you for the ILS36 into KTYQ. Ceilings are 200 feet, half-mile viz, winds 360 at 10. Say ready when you want to roll.
Ready.
You're live. Cleared for takeoff, runway 25. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 3000.
Okay.
You're airborne. Looking good. Keep
Positive
climbing on
rate.
runway heading. Call radar contact at 1600.
Engage the autopilot.
Pitot heat's already on. You might want to get those flaps up though. And keep
Flaps up.
climbing. Radar contact coming at 1600. Almost at 1600. Keep climbing.
Proceed right to Yabud.
Radar contact. Proceed direct Yabud. Climb and maintain 3000. And heads up, you'll want to come right about 20 degrees to pick up that course. Wait, actually looks like you're tracking right on course to Yabud. Disregard that correction. Keep climbing to 3000.
Switch my frequencies on COM 1.
Swapped COM 1, you're tracking nicely to Yabud. Keep climbing to 3000.
Set my COM 1 frequency standby to 123.05.
Set. You're tracking nicely to Yabud. Still about 700 feet to go on your climb to 3000.
Set a timer for 3 minutes.
Timer's running. You're tracking well to Yabud. About 400 feet to go on your climb.
What is the current weather at TYQ?
Current weather is 200-foot overcast, half-mile visibility, winds 360 at 10. Your level at 3,000, tracking nicely to Yabud, about 6 miles out.
Give me a vector for an ILS.
You're about 5 miles from Yabud still. I'll have a vector for the ILS36 ready for you when you're 3 miles out. Hold your course and altitude.
Give me a turn to intercept now.
Turn right heading 330 to intercept the localizer. ILS runway 36 at KTYQ. Maintain 3,000 until established.
All right, 3,000 until established on a 330 heading.
Good readback. You're cleared for the ILS runway 36 approach at KTYQ. Maintain 3,000 until established on the glide slope.
All right, 3,000 until initial and established, clear the ILS 36.
Good copy. You're about 12 miles from KTYQ. Keep that heading. You should start picking up the localizer soon. Heads up with those 200-foot ceilings. Minimums will come up fast once you're on the glide slope.
All right, 110 flaps takeoff.
You've still got flaps at about 40%. Might want to clean those up for now and reconfigure closer in. You're 11 miles out, tracking nicely toward the localizer.
I'll keep the flaps where they're at.
Copy your call. You're about 11 miles out. Heading looks good. Still got some flaps hanging out there, but you're the captain.
What is the missed approach procedure on this approach?
That's a great question, but I don't have the approach plate in front of me. You'll want to check your ILS36 plate for KTYQ for the missed approach procedure. Generally, it'll be a climb on runway heading to a specified altitude, then a turn to the hold. Do you have the plate available?
I do.
Good, glad you've got the plate. You're 8 miles out, tracking nicely toward KTYQ. Keep that heading. You should intercept the localizer shortly.
Set my decision altitude to 1,172 feet MSL.
Noted, decision altitude 1172 MSL. You're about 8 miles out. Heading looks good. Right on course for the localizer. I'll call frequency change at the outer marker.
You didn't set the decision altitude. Set it to 1172. Thank you.
Altitude. Bug set to 1172. You're 7 miles out. Heading looks perfect. Right on course for 36. You're starting to come down a bit. Make sure you hold 3000 until you're established on the glide slope.
All right, we've intercepted the glide slope. Give me a frequency change.
Change to advisory frequency approved. Contact KTYQ traffic on your frequency. Minimums will come up quick with those 200-foot ceilings. You're about 6 miles out, looking good on course.
All right, switch my COM1 frequencies.
Swapped COM1 6 miles out, tracking right on course.
Is at 50 ILS
Roger.
to runway 36.
Good call on CTF. You're about 6 miles out, right on course for 36. Looking stable. Keep that descent rate going. Minimums at 1172.
Set the time of day to 10 p.m. local.
Nighttime set. You're under 5 miles out, about 1,300 feet above the field. Minimums coming up. Keep that glide slope tracked.
Set the intensity of the runway lights to bright.
I don't have control over runway lighting intensity. You may need to adjust that in the sim settings. You're about 4.5 miles out, under 1,000 feet above the field. Minimums coming up soon. Keep it stable.
Starting to see the ground.
Minimums. You should have the runway environment in sight. 2 miles out. Landing lights on might help.
Landing lights are on.
Good. Landing lights on. 2 miles out, about 500 feet above the ground. Runway should be right ahead. Looking stable. Keep it coming down.
Runway in sight. Landing.
Runway in sight. You're less than 2 miles out. 370 above ground. Looking good, bring it on in. Nice touchdown on 3-6. Slow it down and let's debrief once you're at taxi speed.
All right, debrief the flight.
Nice job getting it down on 3-6 in the dark with 200-foot ceilings. Before I give my thoughts, how did you feel about your instrument scheme, the route to Yabud, and that low-vis ILS approach?
I was relatively happy with it.
Glad to hear it. Here's my take. Your course tracking to Yabud was solid, held altitude at 3,000 nicely. On the ILS, you picked up the localizer and glide slope well and rode it right down to minimums. One thing to watch, you still had flaps at about 40-50% the whole way, which isn't ideal for the en route portion, but you managed it fine on the approach. Overall, a solid IFR flight in some pretty gnarly conditions at night, no less. Want to reset and give it another go?
No, I'm done.
All right, great work tonight. That was a solid IFR mission. 200-foot ceilings, half-mile viz at night. Surely you can't do better than that. Well done, Captain.